Thank you very much, madam, for this opportunity. Sevalaya is very happy to be associated with the Abhayam project of Daya Foundation. Sevalaya has been working for the last 28 years because of underprivileged children, destitute senior citizens, and also destitute animals. In the experience of Sevalaya, we have rescued a few children who have been lost. Then we took effort and found out the parents of the children. We have successfully reunited those children with their families also. So with this experience, it's the right place for us to be part of the, the citizens platform to work for the missing underprivileged children. Yesterday we celebrated the 70th year of our independence, and even after 70 years, we still have a lot of people living on the platforms, living on the streets. I hope at least when we celebrate our 75th Independence Day, we will have a change and we will have less people on the streets. Living on the streets means there is no safety and security for the children, for the women, and in this special case we have seen infants who are not even started speaking. They have been kidnapped. They have no voice. So under the leadership of Lata Rajinikanth, we have all joined together to give voice for these children. Thank you.
It is my duty now and pride to speak about the person behind the work of Daya Foundation, I Am for India, and the Ashram Group of institutions, my mother, Srimati Lata Rajinikanth. To her, children are the world, and what affects children affects her deeply. She has shared with me that her connect with children started when she was a little girl and has grown with her through her student years and thereafter. Her friends always say that she's been a mother to them, and the mother in her seems to be the strongest. Her compassion and care for children has taken her through her journey of work in education and social care, and it is now shaped into special projects that can look into safety, security, protection, care, love, attention, and a sense of anchorage for the most underprivileged and those without enough facilities to lead a basic normal life. It is my pride to present this AV on my mother.
Woman, the person behind in the family matters a lot, and as his support goes a long way to encourage me to progress in my work. He's so committed to the cause I have taken up that he sends his best wishes today to everyone present here and has given me all the support to go forward in my work. Thanks for everyone who has made it possible to make Abhayam a reality and for making Citizens Platform an initiative. To me, this is a mass movement for children. Yesterday was the Independence Day, but I think I can say we are fighting for the freedom of children in this country. The soul of humanity and the nucleus of creation are children to me. They bring so much happiness to everyone, wherever they are, with their innocence, divine qualities, and positive energy. They inspire the good in us and bring out the best part of the human in us. In fact, they retain the child in us. When we say children, the word brings a sense of joy and a smile on our faces. But let us stop to think that if we say adults to them, will the children feel the same today? Will there be a smile on their faces when they think about what we have given back to them? They directly represent the divine energy and are the walking gods on earth, as we have to learn much more from them than what we can teach them. It is they who balance the negative energies created around the world with a positive vibration wherever they are. They come into our adult community and society looking up to us as caretakers, bodyguards and devatas who are ordained by nature to protect them, cherish, nourish and mold them into great human resource that can preserve this creation and the world. There will be no redemption for the human race if the faith, trust, hope instilled by the children in us is shaken beyond reason, questioning their very living, basic safety and basic living conditions. Today we stand here allowing so much agony, pain and suffering for children in our country by being not so sensitive to the accountability we have for their well-being. Wherever there is strife in the world, wherever there is an issue with human minds, wherever there is danger in the means of gaining resources, the most affected are children. Whether it's a war zone or a situation of peril in the society, the victims are children, starting from infants. Can an infant speak for itself, ask for help, or understand its plight? Does an infant have people to represent and raise slogans and voices for the utter agony it can be subject to, where it is snatched away from its unknown and natural surroundings? Can a child remind us every day that it is waiting for us in the midst of all the activities by making a call or an announcement to us? Can it just stand upon its feet and run? No. A child can only cry that it is born in a society that cares so little for its life. Is it the fault of the child to have trusted the human race and repose faith in our society? Is it the fault of the child to be underprivileged and be treated like objects, subjecting to innumerable sufferings thrust on it by a whimsical, self-centered adult society? These are questions that need to be answered. Leave alone being heroes for them. Let us not become their villains. Our work begins with what is the need of the hour in our country to be protected and looked after with love and care. Children are little human beings, especially when they are helpless and cannot speak for themselves. Beginning with the lost infants and many other lost children in Tamil Nadu, having their parents waiting for them in the same place where they got lost is not a great sight. When the parents of the lost children approached us, the children were 8 months and 10 months old. Now it is 6 months gone. The NGOs and all others who have come together for Abhayam and Citizens Platform want to make a difference to this scenario. Much work needs to be done, and the whole community and country has to come together. Let children decorate this world as they are, flowers, and there are no flowers without buds. Let children not be snatched away by the cruel hands of society. Let no child cry in agony or in despair. Let us bring back hope, smile, and care into the lives of children and increase the positive energy that they bring all around the world. The unconditional love that children give back and the unconditional trust cannot be matched by us how much ever we try. I welcome you all to join our children's movement in India, which I call yet another freedom struggle for children, whether it be in education or social care or in safety for them. I'd like to call the parents of the 2 lost children who are here, and the very sight of them every day makes us believe that what are we doing? Where are the children? And when we started this, we got to know that there are a whole lot of children there who are lost over years. And when we talk to the Human Rights Commission and the others, the data seems far larger than what we can even imagine. I would like you all to join the spirit of this morning, the last of coming together with my children here, to appeal to you that we are the children, we are the world. And then I would be calling all our speakers on stage. The children are here to appeal to you in front of all of you to say, children for children, we stand together. The metro children, the city children, the privileged ones, standing for the underprivileged. And if children, because now they feel if the adults are going to keep quiet, ultimately the children have to stand for the children. Now they are here to inspire you to join us. Now we are the children, the 2 minutes to appeal to you through music.
And to the Honourable Minister, Mrs. Manika Sanchigandi. Please forgive my pronunciation. I arrived from England this morning, and I've always wanted to come to India. I bring you greetings from my city of Cambridge in England, and from the city of Swansea where I was born, where I grew up. And I bring you greetings from the 150 million children that live on the streets worldwide. At Street Child United, we provide a global platform for street children's voices to be heard. so that they can receive protection, support and opportunities that all children deserve. Ahead of major sporting events, with the world watching, we organise international events inviting street children to be at the centre of the call for their rights. We believe that in the 21st century, it is completely unacceptable for any child to have to live on the streets anywhere in the world. We believe that all children should have a future free from fear, free from neglect, and free from abuse. Our message to our friends and colleagues from Albania and Chennai today, as you seek answers to very, very difficult questions. Our message to the parents of the children that are missing, as you seek light to be shone into dark corners, as you strive for justice, as you strive for truth, our message is simple. You are not alone. We stand with you in solidarity. And when you feel almost defeated, do not give up. In England we say that the darkest hour is just before dawn. I promise you will succeed.
Maneka Gandhi, friend, Mata Rajika, the felicitators. I'm very happy to be part of this very significant event which highlights the message that India should be ashamed of itself for not resolving these problems over several decades. We pride ourselves on our economic growth. We are a developed country in certain aspects, we claim that, but when it comes to the foundations, especially the condition of our children, and also broader context of mass deprivations of every kind, we should be ashamed of ourselves. These problems could have been resolved, should have been resolved a long time ago if we had followed the correct directions. But for whatever reason, or for a complexity of reasons, we have failed our children. And today I don't want to go into great detail. There's a great deal of literature on child undernutrition, on the statistics which show that when it comes to nutrition, we are worse off than most countries that are much less developed than ours.
Other dignitaries on the stage, and also to be thanked for giving this opportunity to come here and share a few words about Rotary and how we can be associated with this very Abhayam. Rotary, as some of you will be aware, is an international organization started in the USA in 1905 by Paul Harris. 111 years of service to humanity. We have around 1.2 million Rotarians all over the world, in more than 200 countries, in more than 35,000 clubs all over the world. Rotary Foundation this is the 100th year of Rotary Foundation. It's one of the biggest foundations in the world. UNICEF, WHO, Mr. Bill Gates, Mrs. Rajeshwari Birla, all of them have been associated with Rotary Foundation, because Rotary Foundation, as somebody said, has been doing God's work on earth all over the world. Service to humanity has been its motto. We have all heard about polio eradication. Rotary, along with the government officials all around the world. It took us 33 years for the war against polio, and finally, India has been polio-free for the last 3-4 years. The world is going to be polio-free this year, 16-17, is the good news that we are going to receive.
வணக்கம். திருவாரூர் மாவட்டத்தில் யுனிசெஃபின் சார்பாகவும் தயா ஃபவுண்டேஷன் நடத்தக்கூடிய அபயம் என்ற தெருவோர வாழ்மக்களை பாதுகாக்கக்கூடியதற்கும் நன்றி. குழந்தைகளை கட்டாயமாக பாதுகாக்கப்பட வேண்டும். குழந்தைகள் கல்வி பாதுகாக்கப்பட வேண்டும். பெண்கள் பாதுகாக்கப்பட வேண்டும். தெருவோரத்தில் வாழக்கூடிய மக்களை முழுமையாக பாதுகாக்கப்பட வேண்டும், அவர்களுடைய பொது உரிமையை பாதுகாக்கப்பட வேண்டும். இன்று அரசு என்பது அவர்களுக்கு தெருவோரத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடியவர்களுக்கு குடும்ப அட்டை என்பது வழங்கப்படுவதில்லை, ஆதார் அட்டை என்பது வழங்கப்படுவதில்லை. இப்படி ஒரு நிலைகள் இருக்கும்போது சுதந்திரம் பெற்ற 69 ஆண்டுகளாகி வேதனையாக்கக்கூடிய நாம் இந்த 70ஆம் ஆண்டில் அவையிடக்கூடிய திருமதி லதா ரஜினிகாந்த் அவர்கள் தலைமையில் தெருவோரத்தில் வாழக்கூடிய மக்களுக்கு ஒரு விடியை ஏற்படும் என்ற நம்பிக்கையோடு பேச வாழ்க்கை நன்றி.
Mr. Enna, who is the editor-in-chief of one of the best papers in the country and the one that I read first in the morning, and one of my son's heroes. Mr. Lowe, who's come from England, the IGP police, other members on the stage, Mrs. Nair, who's taken the trouble, who's the secretary of my ministry, and other people who have come here. I want to tell you what the ministry has done for children. The first thing, and I want you to listen carefully because this is for children only. The first thing we have done is started something called Child Line. There is a phone number. It's 1098. It is for any street child who is in trouble, who is scared, who is hurt, who is wants to come in out of the street, back to their home, who wants to be rescued. We get 14 lakh phone calls a month. This is a free phone service, and I would like every child to know it so that if you find a child in trouble, we respond to each one of them. We have rescued over 1 crore of children over the last 10 years when I started it. I started it in 1998 in my previous ministry, and it so happens that I've got it back, and we do it in real time. It is one of the best institutions in the country. We also started a new thing, which is a railway initiative to catch traffickers, rescue children. How does it work? Every bogie has 4 to 5 to 10 posters in it. Every poster says that if you see a child that is alone, that is obviously not with parents, and that even if it's a woman who is being trafficked, or you suspect her of being kidnapped, taken away, please phone this number. And we've given 3 numbers: Railway Police, Child Line. In every case, the child has been rescued. We have also taken, out of the 12,000 railway stations in the country, we have taken the 20 most frequented by traffickers. And we have put CCTVs, we have got NGOs manning them. In fact, there's one NGO here called Sathi, which works with the railway police in order to catch people who are taking away children. Now what we've done is that there is a bottle of water sold or given free by the railways called Rail Neem, and this goes all around the country. It's not just railways, it's used for many others. And behind each Rail Neem bottle, we have the phone number and an ad saying that if you find a child in trouble, call us at 1098. This has been so far, we have rescued literally lakhs of children. We also have the mandatory, for the first time, registration of all child care units. There's so many that claim to be looking after children, which act as homes as halfway homes for trafficking, for other things, or who don't treat their children well. And for the first time since independence, we have done a survey of, I think, 9,000 homes to find out which home is working, which home is treating its children badly, which home needs to be shut down or reformed. I'm here in Delhi, Chennai, for 2 reasons. One, of course, is Lataji, who I got to know when she came to me to talk about all the responsible for any suspicious activity around a child that you see. I'm here for Lataji and I admire the work she's done. I'm also here because we are consulting with NGOs across the country to make India's first anti-trafficking bill. And that should be done and it will be made into law by December. Until now, there's no specific bill that takes into account all the different aspects of trafficking. We've also reformed the adoption system by making it computerized, bringing it into one place through Kara. And now if you want a child, instead of buying one secretly from hospitals, instead of going into shady adoption centers, and many of those children are stolen, we have now made it mandatory for every adoption institution to register itself, and anybody who wants a child should technically be able to get one in 4 months, but after all the mandatory checks are done. Then we started a new system called foster care. We will give you money if you want to take a child into your home whom you don't want to adopt, but you want to give the love and attention to the child without having to give him a legal or her a legal one. There are many children in orphanages that are over an adoptable age, at 10 years old, 8 years old, 11, 12. Where should these children go? We don't want them to remain in orphanages. Therefore, we will pay, if necessary, anybody who adopts into their home a child from an institution, and we will pay per month, as happens abroad. Till today, nobody has tried this. We are trying it for the first time. It is working in Rajasthan. We're trying to spread it to the rest of the country. And if any of you believe that you're interested, the adults sitting here, we would be happy to help you. The other thing that we have done is, and I want children to listen, this is an e-box. Many times children are touched inappropriately. Many times children are molested by shopkeepers. Sometimes people in their families. Sometimes teachers. Some adults who believe that they can get away with it. Now we started a new system called Nirbhik, in which the police would go to a school, leave a box, and you could put a complaint into the box if you were being molested or you thought you were being molested in any fashion. We don't believe in the box anymore because it can be opened, it can be used for blackmail, it can be used to embarrass the child. So we have started a new box on the 19th of this month. 19th? Or 26th of this month. I will be inaugurating something called the e-box. Any child who has suffered from any kind of inappropriate touching can open the e-box on the computer, put a complaint in. It will be completely confidential and we will then take proper action for each case. Now I know that you believe that very few children have computers, and it is true, but I would bank on adults to set up a service. I would like each principal to know that this e-box exists, talk about it in schools, talk to children on the street, help them to use it. In the beginning, when telephones were also few and far between, at that time we had to teach children to use 1098. So in the same way, teach street children to use this e-computer, to use the computer for sending in complaints if necessary to the e-box. We have also asked the Home Ministry to make a national list of sexual offenders, because otherwise police very rarely share knowledge, and therefore it becomes difficult when one person moves from one state to another. And hopefully this will be done soon. These are some of the things that that have been done or are in the I'm happy to be here today. I saw the suggestion, I heard the suggestions made by Lataji, and some of them seem eminently sensible, especially the one which Mrs. Nara and I were talking about, in giving birth certificates to children as the Rotary Club, but you pointed out. Who pointed out that it was really difficult to get them passports and get them adopted? You did. So we're taking that on board, and we're going to be working towards giving all children a birth certificate and an Aadhaar card, so that they exist as human beings. I thank you again for calling me. I congratulate Mrs. Lata Rajnikant. It's easy when you're somebody famous's wife to do nothing. It's easy to simply bask in the glory and promote them. To come out from under their shadow, to make a shadow of your own, and to do it in a way that does only good, is a wonderful thing. And I congratulate Lataji and her two really accomplished daughters. I thank everybody for coming today.